Hello, and welcome to another episode of TacoBytes, your daily bite of Degen, episode number 458. Today we are talking about Pith Network and how to claim. For those that are joining us, just want to do a quick shout out to everyone on LinkedIn, YouTube channel 1, YouTube channel 2, Twitch, Twitter, Telegram. Huge shout out to everyone on Rumble. And then also a huge shout out to everyone joining, listening in over at Unlonely. Just want to do a quick shout out to those that are joining us on stage on Twitter as well, that aren't joining us on video. But a big shout out to the entire family over at Unlonely. It was a great time tonight, hosting a lot of different spaces and pieces. So that was sort of a really fun thing to do, and doing some of the on-chain betting and everything like that. So that was sort of a fun piece. And so I just want to thank everyone for joining in on that, and that was a blast. Worked out some different what's the word I'm thinking of, some of the different issues within creating bets on chain, creating real quick like rock paper scissors votes, will the coin go up or down votes, so sort of a fun thing to do, and to sort of see. I was really happy with that, and yeah, so let's can I buy boom. I think I can buy some of my own. Yay. All right. Yeah. All right. I think that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing here. So yeah, what we're doing today is we're going to be talking about Pith Network, what Pith is, and what it might mean to you, and then also at the same time, we are going to go through and we are going to walk through what that claim process looked like, so you can see what it looks like directly from yourself. Because one of the biggest things that we always sort of really worry about is how much scams there are. There's 1,000. I've already gotten 1,000 DMs via Twitter saying that I've gotten my have I got my airdrop yet, and what am I doing for that? And so really real quick, as I want to show this real quick, let me show, as always, and so this is what we have going on over here. So yeah, permission to permissionless from mainnet. And so the simplest term that we've seen a lot of people use talk about Pith is like CCIP, like chain link. So Pith is another form of chain link. Well, isn't tied to chain link, but it's like chain link, where chain link's tied. CCIP is only live on 17 chains right now. Pith Network is currently on 40 blockchains, from the Cosmos ecosystem, Hedera, Polkadot ecosystem, all the way over to a lot on Solana as well. Over 230 DApps, and this is just straight out from their page as well. But I want to sort of go through from the best way to find them, and the best way to go through that process. Also, once you have Pith tokens, what do you do with them? And I'll show you sort of what some of the things that what I've done with them, and what you might like with them as well. Pith Network is here's their Twitter, and we're going to share that. And I apologize, but I have to share it in a couple spots, so bear with me as I do that. just because I want to make sure that everyone has the right information. And so we're going to make sure that this is done right for people because, like I said, this is one of those things to where we really want people to be safe and really think that, you know, it's a lot of opportunity for people as well. So um, give me just a second to get to the right chat for this. And we're going to showcase what this is all about. And so I just want to say thank you all for joining. But first off, here is Pith Network, their Twitter, for those that don't already have it. And yep, I think that's where I can comment on that. And then so for over here, just want to do a quick shout out to on Rumble 0x07 GMGM. I hope all is well on your end. And so, yeah. But as we cover a little bit more on Pith Network, a lot in the Solana ecosystem has been using Pith. A lot of the different Hydra projects and stuff like that switched out over to Pith. And then also what we've seen is a lot on Sui, Sway Network, Aptos. And if you've used these different wallets as well, like Leap Wallet, Compass Wallet, Backpack, Petra Wallet for Aptos, there's just been so many different little application pieces that are pulling data calls about where that information is needed. Hydra for the 0x7 on Unlonely. Hydra was basically an RPC caller and backend dev team providing infrastructure on Solana. They've sort of gone different ways than what a lot of people have liked. Their teams, and made choices that not everyone has really liked, and so people worked for ways around them. One of the biggest teams that sort of got a little bit ramshotted by Hydra is Trip and Ape Tribe, and that's a really cool derugged project. Derugged projects always have sort of a soft spot in my heart, and so Hydra sort of provided a lot of infrastructure stuff on the back end in Solana, including like DMTs, digital money token machines, right? Yeah, like basically gumball machines. A lot of infrastructure on that, and staking services, and different burn mechanisms. And so all of this information, like CCIP, has been able to be shared, all on chain, real-time data. And so from here, this is sort of what builds out the Pyth network. One of the really cool things that I actually got that happened when I was covering the SBF trial, so I got to meet the two founders of Pyth Network. So it was a really interesting connection there. And so, yeah, it's some fun stuff there. But so from Pyth, the only address for Pyth is pyth.network. Their link tree from their Twitter will also take you and showcase what that looks like. And that's one of the easiest spots that you can have to showcase what all of their things are. From their website, this is where we'll go through what it looks like to get into the airdrop. We know without having to go through the whole airdrop piece, we're just going to add the airdrop hash piece to it, to the URL, and we'll be able to, so it's pyth.network/airdrop. And we're going to be from here start the claim process. We can also see the flow, which is really cool. Oh, shoot, I forgot. I'm on Wi-Fi, so I for some reason my computer thinks I'm in Denmark. I don't know why, but I seem to not have any issues with that. So that's an okay thing. We might lose signal for a second, and I apologize, but we'll be right back if it does. So right here we will see that this airdrop, then that resolves into airdrop.pith.network, and we get to start this eligibility process. And so we're going to go back and back, and we're going to, what you can do from the very beginning here is interacting with Pith data that is on a supported blockchain, including Solana, Sui, Cosmos, and the EVM ecosystem. If you've held Pith NFTs from official Pith community activities, including their Galaxy quests. So just going through Galaxy quests could, land you a lot. And receive special community roles in the official Pith Discord server. And so if you want to go through all of these, the only one we can't go through on this existence or is our Aptos, says we don't have our Petro wallet on this profile. And so then we go through and verify our eligibility. And so from this is where we connect our different wallets. And as you can see here, we have both our Backpack, Soulflare, and Phantom. This actually also connects with Soulflare MetaMask Snap. So you can click on this and you will see, use the web wallet, and it will get you your, if you're using the Soulflare Snap within your MetaMask, it will connect you. So that's a really cool piece that they have there. And we can disconnect and we can reconnect after reloading our Phantom. So we'll connect our Phantom, and this is where we got our airdrop. And as you can see, I've already claimed the airdrop. What you'll do through here, after you connect your different wallets and stuff like that, you'll see which ones will get together, which ones might have a piece on it. Kepler, and Psi, and we can attach our compass, or we can connect our Kepler as well. And we're going to connect our compass. And so unfortunately, because I've already gone through this, I hit proceed. And then once it has me sign a message with my Solana and so that's from DeFi activity. It gives me a little breakdown of what my tokens are. Next up, I would click on proceed, and then it would give me the link to claim the airdrop. And with the Solana tokens, you're not paying any fees. You're just signing a message, and then if you want to accept those tokens, so you won't see any, if you're using any messaging services that interpret what the JSON file is telling your wallet. It will tell you that only tokens are coming in, which is a nice clean system that they built with this. So now that you've claimed your tokens, what can you do? What do you want to do? One of the things that they have is within the flows. You can see how much, how big was the airdrop from 0x7. So right now the volume is I think it's over it was a $450 million, if I remember right. You can dump if you want to, you can leave your friends behind. Yes, definitely. And so how the token went right now, the token is currently valued at about 30 cents, 32 cents. During the first few minutes of the launch, it ramped all the way up to $4 per token. And so obviously took profit, and then waited. And what I did with the rest of most of my tokens is I staked them in both lending pools and LP pools, because a lot of protocols were paying, um, what's the word I want to say, aggressive incentives for you to stake your pith on their platform, so that they could sell it if someone wanted to buy it. You know, they could provide liquidity. So there was a lot of different incentive pieces that were lined up. I provided incentives. I provided liquidity on Orca, on Radium, and then also on Solend as well. And so there you can see the last 50,000 transfers, um, you know, which sort of has spread out, and which is really cool within the map. Um, is you can sort of see the different ecosystems that's interacting with Pith. We have everything from Mango Markets in their borrow lend program. We have MarginFi. Ooh, MarginFi's integrated it out now. So we might have to go over there just so we can show you what it looks like. So 4 calls. We have Solend, Drift Vault, and Drift. Um, and in this cluster over here, we can see some really cool stuff. So programs that are sending it out, sending tokens out, and we can sort of see where those different wallet pieces are as well. So these are different ecosystems that received and then sent out. So that's sort of cool. What's really neat is we can sort of pull these apart, and we can see some of these projects that got, I don't want to say double dip, but they got a good amount, you know, from being in multiple projects, different pieces. Within Solana ecosystem as well, you can see some major exchanges got their airdrop for liquidity. So we have, you know, Huobi, KuCoin, OKX, Bybit is over here. And then we'll also MEXC as well, and a few other exchanges. So we see some different inflow pieces, some different protocols that got token and that are sending messages. There's Jupiter Swap. We'll go show you Jupiter as well. Jupiter is doing a partnership with Drift. This is MarginFi over here, I think. Oh, that's Hawksite, index yield farming. Okay, I didn't get too much. Jupiter limit orders, Orca, as you can see. And who do we got over here? We have Radium as well. And Jupiter swap V4, more Jupiter. And then we have whatever this little program is, Pods. You know, so we don't know what Pods is, but it's sort of cool to find. But this is sort of the network where you can see what that airdrop went out to, and is it interacting with other things. And so seeing projects like this, I'm sort of, users are interacting with one thing. You see data traveling from one into a contract and just into another. So interesting play there. But we're going to go over to Jupiter and MarginFi. And this is another one over here, Metros or Metoria Pools Program. So let's see here. We're going to first go over to, since we've already shown you what we do, one of the things we wanted to look over here was becoming a data provider. Is one of the things that they have. That's if you want to provide data. They have a type form you can fill out. And then let me see here. Oh, I gotta find Cosmin Magic Serum. Oh, Telegram. And we got to go to Pith network. Let me show. Awesome. Let's see. What was this thing? We're on slow mode now. Let's see here. We're going to go edit. So if you guys want to know a weird way on how to get out of slow mode, you can just edit your message. Let's see. There we go. And so we're going to get that. There's the airdrop specifications, distribution specifications. Here we go. Governance and stuff like that. And so we can find here governance documents to be for the Florida can be found here. Are listed in the official, and you assume any risk is rising for participating through the convenient staking governance front end. So staking pith network. And we can stake some of our tokens there. And we'll showcase you how quickly you can get involved in that as well. So we have there. We're going to put 200 in. All right. So we have 200 staked. All right. And this will give us governance as well. And yeah, this will live for. I hope that answered your question 0x7. And yeah. So as we see here, that it is forming out. We will connect. We'll load. All right. And we will see that we are, let's see here. We're going to claim our profile. All right. All right. We're going to connect. Phantom. We're going to solve CAPTCHA. All right. We're going to we might have to refresh. Let's refresh. All right. for that to load. Sort of fun waiting for this to happen. We'll see what happens. We might have to do a video. Oh, I am not a robot. All right. Then you might be like, well, I'm paying. Well, actually, this is a piece that I can get through Civic Pass Unlock Doors, but get verified. All right, let's see if we can get uniqueness with a video selfie associated with a wallet. All right. Signing a message. We're going to use a phone. All right. All right. Securing camera feed. Frame your face in the oval. Oh, okay. The beard's up. All right. Uploading face scan. Yay, my face is scanned. Success. Okay. So we'll see. All right. Done. So we're renting. All right. Oh, I know why. Because we're wearing a hat. So yeah, this is what we do. We go through the little processes to prove uniqueness. Oh, okay. Let's edit our profile. Edit our picture. And we've put our PFP onto every chain just for this reason. Fortunately, we have a ton of NFTs, so this will take a while. And let's see here. What is my crypto investment thesis? I guess I sort of want to know what you mean by that. Like, do I buy into shit coins? Um, yes, I do. But I do also check contracts to make sure they're not honeypots. Um, if What do I invest into and why? What's your plan? Um, I I look at a lot of different things on the long-term investment side, in layer ones. That's sort of the smaller, I DCA into when I have an extra few bucks here, extra few bucks there. I'll buy, I buy DOT, I buy Solana, buy Ethereum, Bitcoin, and AVAX. Those are my main five that I buy into, because also, I can stake a lot of those, and earn rewards on that, and passively. And so, like Polkadot, I can invest. Do you have a plan to sell? What do you mean by a longer term? Do you have a plan to sell? Of course, I have a plan to sell. These are ones these tokens that I'm talking about are where, I get more yield out of them, and I'm looking at a longer term play with a lot of them. Um, I think what I sort of tell people, with any other token that I'm either buying, um, or if I'm margin trading, uh, if you're willing to take a screenshot, or if it's at a price where you want to tell someone about it, that's a good time to sell. um, and that's when it's going up, because you really can't, of course you can try to time the market, um, but it is, um, it's a very interesting way to try to do it. um, I think that I would rather, um, not try to time the market and get in and get out when I can, for the simple fact that, um, crypto is a store of value. Things that I buy like Bitcoin and Ethereum. Well, Bitcoin I buy as a longer term investment, um, and take profits, when I need it to, but also I try not to touch it. Um, AVAX, same thing, and DOT, same thing. Buy, collect, and stake, and I earn the yield, and then the yield I compound half of part of that back into, so I earn more yield, in proof of stake. The rest of it I use into buying other shit coins. A lot of things I buy and I put into LP pools, either one-sided, or dual-sided LP pools, and, longer term, you know, next 2 years. Some projects, I'm tied to for the next 3,500 days. I get into things that have, if I'm looking for quicker gains, I know that those gains aren't going to come in a year, that they're usually, in days type of thing, for before some people get into the, if you look up in this, store of value, crypto doesn't meet that definition. Does that change anything for you? No, it does not. Because store of value is intrinsic. So, what 0x7 is asked is, if you look up the Investopedia definition of store of value, crypto doesn't meet that definition. Does that change anything for you? Um, Store of value is also its intrinsic value. Um, like if we were to say gold bars, was literally having a conversation tonight with someone, gold bars versus guns, what is considered a store of value, you know, if a bank is considered a store of value, or, a financial instrument that a bank might offer, what happens if that bank goes up? You know, I don't even have access to that paper that said I own that. In crypto, I still have that shit coin. If it loses its value, I still have that token. The value behind it might be gone. So, but we're starting to see things that blockchain has. It has a store of value, because if we look at the energy that's put into it, and energy is a loosely defined term that I sort of see as both, the energy of an individual, financial energy, and attention energy. That you can pull that apart any which way, but I'll be honest, it doesn't. But if you change the meaning to intrinsic value, is it fair to use the term store of value that means something else? It doesn't really, because one object can be two different things, can be the same thing. The store of value is if it's valuable to me and I think it's going to have value in the future, you know, um, would be my definition of that. And I might be wrong off of that, since you're pulling out of an encyclopedia. Um, Intrinsic value is, what is it valued to someone else as well? Internally, if we're on a deserted island, and these are the, I apologize, but these are the asinine arguments that are always used to sort of make clear lines in the sand, to make you say yes or no, but it's always very situational. So, we're on a desert island. Would you rather have some value, something that you think that is valuable, some sort of monetary item that you think is valuable? Would you have the gallon of water I have in my hand? And what is the value trade on that? What is the intrinsic value? So I think crypto sort of gives me a little bit more control of that, so it has more intrinsic value to me, and it has more store of value in it for me. So I think that it can be both. It depends on when I want to use it and when I want to use it for. So I think that might be the best answer I can give to that. Does that make a little bit more sense? We'll see. We'll see what you think. But I do like your questions. So yeah. Um, so on the side, while I'm waiting for you to, I think, hopefully type something out, I'm going to just finish filling out this profile piece real quick. Boop. Oh, yep. What posts I can view, accounts you can view. All right, cool. Nothing else. All right. Creating credentials. All right. GitHub. Civic team. They have access to my read how horribly fun my GitHub is. And Discord badge. Avatar and banner. Okay. So let's see here. Wallets. Is this only All right. Is it let's see. Link Civic. Oh, okay. Never mind. It is only Solana based. So there's our profile. We're heading back over to settings. And we're going to try this one again. see you made a new question. Give me 1 second. All right. So, all right. I see your question. Give me 1 second. Oh, yeah. That's what I was doing there. So, what you said, 0x7 came back with, well, I see crypto is a high risk, high return asset, and I am fine investing in it. When people say it's a store of value, I understand what they mean using a broad term of value and a broad term of store. But that term in the financial world means assets that maintain their value without depreciating. Crypto prices are highly volatile and risky. If we want to communicate with the TradeFi world, proper word usage should be important. Or maybe I'm a word Nazi nitpicking. I like to sometimes say that I am a grammar Nazi, though sometimes my grammar is so horrible. So, but I find it sticks out to me, so I see it a lot. But I don't think necessarily. I 100% agree with you that words carry weight. But what we've also found that the old way of doing things, the old verbiage, has gotten us into a lot of the messes now that we're in. Now, that's not to say that these words are going to change overnight. They're not. I think that a lot is going to happen, has to happen. And you're right. There has to be a bridging of terms that bring that bridge both sides, especially when we use terms in one side that mean one thing and terms on another side that mean another. And I'm trying to think. I had this piece earlier, but I can't think of it right now. So give me a moment on that, and I'll try to remember what that is. But it's just when if you're looking at something like that, then what are your thoughts on stable coins? If that are don't depreciate in value, but everything sort of depreciates in value unless it's going up, and so if we look at it in crypto and we look at like LP pools that have aggressive incentive programs, it's usually for a site token that's in emissions. You have to sell that and compound it back in, or you have a depreciated return. You can't just sort of sit on it and wait for wait till all the emissions go out and then hopefully it skyrockets. You can do that. I've done that and I still do that. But I also take profits. And at the same time, I spend my crypto. I use protocols and projects where virtual debit card pulls directly from the crypto I own. And so I buy plane tickets, I buy food, I pay for hotels, Airbnb, gas, all of these daily things I pay for with crypto. And so, it becomes converted, becomes a converted form of currency, I guess you could say, at that point, to something that someone else would accept. But for me, it has value because I turn my soul, I turn my ETH into gas money, when I'm driving across the country. And so I think, we get so tied into the old world of thinking things that, I guess the word, someone else smarter than, the reason why I, a lot of people like me, I guess, or um, find me interesting enough to talk to, is because they see something that's outside of the normal that they're used to in the trade fied world. And so literally the adults at the table have messed things up so much that, sometimes a breath of fresh air and thinking of things in a new way really brings a new, hopefully brings about positive change. It might not, but that's what I can hope for, so yeah. Does that answer a little bit more? But and yeah, there's some things to think about. All right. Well, you're welcome. I would love to know what your thought is. I know you see it as a high risk, high return asset, but um, do you consider all crypto um, to be high risk and high reward? Do you see some crypto as high risk but not high return, or do you see low risk and high return? That would be my question for you uh, on that. Mm-mm. All right, we got to do this last video selfie. Uh, uh. Let's see if this success. All right. So for those that have been following us, we've been having slight different conversations, which I love. Um, so thank you 0x0 for being have helping with that. And yeah, let's see here. Let's reset this. Mm. All right. Connected. All right. All right. There is a lot of our NFTs. 537 NFTs. All right. So what we're doing right now is we finished doing our Civic Pass, and so um, we are working to see if there's any proposal pieces out right now. Okay. No, I don't want the realms piece. All right. So front end, Telegram, Listed in the community hub. All right. Consult, read the latest blog and update insight, explore media and different discussion pieces, Discord, announcements, Telegram, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitch. All right. So, yep. All right. Let's see here. Comparison, security audits. There we go. There's the airdrop piece. And yeah. So, this is what we wanted to just sort of see who different data users are. Everything from TradingView, Venus, Argo, BMX, and then what we're having to do real quick as well is turn our VPN back on. We need to be back in Denmark. So 0x7 asks, well, context matters a lot in your question, but in general, I would say all of crypto is high risk. Now, within the space, you can mitigate your risks through research and get a better chance of a good return for the risk you are taking. But any crypto portfolio, no matter how good your bags are, should be considered risky. I would not invest money I could not afford to lose in this section of my portfolio. Yes, in all. So my understanding also in all investment portfolios, no matter what, not invest money you're not that you could not afford to lose. And they say that also in IRAs and all other things. Those can be considered risky investments, even 401ks. And so everything has a disclaimer that that not to do more than you can afford to lose, but then they tell you, hey, you should max this out. So it can be somewhat contradictory. I feel that there are different things that someone can do to mitigate their risks, like you're sort of talking about. Um, and yeah, so, but any should be considered risky. Um, I don't really think you repeated yourself. You were sort of just you were talking about different concepts that might have had correlation, and so you're just sort of tying the string of thought down. So yeah, no, you are 100% perfectly fine. Uh, and so then the question is, do you consider stocks risky investments? ETFs. Um, where you don't actually get to own the actual asset, that it's representing. Um, how secure is that? Yes, it does. You know, um, it's just standard practices. This is just something that we're just about 15 years into, almost. 14 years into. Um, and I've been around for 11 years on this. So I've seen a lot of crazy stuff. Um, but yeah, for me, I think one of the golden stocks, that I always, try to buy a little bit more into all the time is Berkshire Hathaway A shares. You know, so I don't just stick in crypto alone. I try to, buy a little bit of everything, that has future value. What is my plan to sell Pith? Do you have a date or a price or a return in mind? So Pith skyrocketed from around 50 cents all the way up to $4. Um, and so this morning when it launched, so I got airdropped roughly 4,000 tokens. So as it was going up to $4, and then back down, circled back down to 30 cents, um, and you know, uh, traded a lot of it. Um, and then I kept a bunch and I put a bunch of it into different liquidity pools. I put them into liquidity pools so I can earn yield on like Orca. I could earn yield on Radium, Solend, and then I'm going to be also doing Jupiter, and I think Mango as well, because I have a Mango Markets account. And so I think that that's sort of one of those things to where the rest of it, I'll just hold on to and see what it does. So this is one of those things to where airdrop money is, I don't believe anyone who has owned stocks where the broker went bankrupt has ever not gotten all of their investments back. So I think you're looking at different of the broker. I would look at the broker as being um, the DEX um, or the SEX, the centralized exchange, or the decentralized exchange, not the asset itself. You could look at the assets, compare the assets to companies. So yeah, if there is a stock sell-off, prior to, some of the regulatory caps in the market that stop trading on, if a stock drops too low or goes too high, even they'll stop trading it if it goes up. And I think this time period of what it goes up is a tighter and lower percentage to stop trading than if it goes down, which is sort of weird, meaning that people are more apt to stop trading if you're making money than if you've lost money. So that's a rather interesting piece there. But if the broker is selling fake stocks or not, or just paper trading, then yes, people will not get all of their investments back. And yeah, so holding financial instruments of the S&P 500 is low risk. Yes, I would agree with that. Diversifying, that's the same thing with crypto. Diversifying between different layer ones, different layer twos, and think of meme coins as your penny stocks. And so it's one of those things to where the value is there as long as there's actual money. There is no safety in crypto, not like in stocks. Bitcoin and Ether could crash 99%. The amount of money that would have to move for Bitcoin to crash 99%, it did that once. No, was it 99%? What would that be? It went from like $35 to $3. And people thought it was done, and it didn't. It wasn't done. So I think with the amount of ETH that it crashed 83 and 84, two cycles ago, Ether crashed 95%. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't think. Then I will be honest. The 95% doesn't sound right to me. But I might be wrong, and I sometimes are. So why not? Let's go check. When you're saying two cycles ago, would you be talking about the 2018 cycle, or the beginning of like 2021? I think you're talking 2018 for Ethereum, right? Mm-mm-mm. Mm. Yeah, this is not the right chart. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Give me 1 second. Mm. So, 1400 dropped. So, yep, you're talking 2018. So, 2018, 1365, and then dropped to 100 to $94. Yeah. So, yeah, no, you're right. That's a 90% crash. I will agree with you. And that was, if I remember right, uh, um, was that around the hack? I think that was around the hack. I might be wrong on that. When it was sold off. Um, the Ethereum DAO hack. Um, that could be this drop here in 2017 when it went from 395. No, I think, yeah, I might be wrong. Um, oh yeah, nope, you're right. 2016. Um, yeah. I'm trying to remember, man, 2018. I'm trying to remember what the market events were like that caused um, or what people said was the cause back then. Let's see here. Boom. There we go. Let's bring that mountain into effect. Let's see here. I'm trying to remember what it was in 2018. I don't remember. Um, I know I was doing a couple ICO stuff for a few projects that were doing token runs. I think maybe it was just like the fad, maybe that caught up to it. I'd have to think um, what precedented that sell off. I don't remember off the top of my head. Um, but yeah, no, you are right on the 90% drop. So um, it's one of those things to where the volumes returned. We saw the stock market do the same thing. I don't think the stock market crashed that low, 95%. In the last major place, but we've seen it before. There's no safety in diversification in crypto like there is in stocks. Ether last cycle had a market cap higher than Walmart based off of meme NFTs and unsustainable DeFi yields, both of which Vitalik was not a fan of. So the price is a bubble. Yeah, no, I will 100% agree with you that they're unsustainable DeFi yields. And so look at projects that have timed DeFi yields. That would be my suggestion. Um, I'm not saying to put all of your money into crypto. You can if you want to, but like you said, one of the least riskiest things, are stables. I would love to know what your thoughts are on USDC, USDT, or any of the other tokens stables that are coming out of Circle. Because those are backed by real world assets. You know, and so what you think of those. And yes, everything outside of Bitcoin is an altcoin, but I still think that there's value that it gets to a certain price. It can't get, once it gets to certain prices, it can't get below other lows again. You know, it could, don't get me wrong, but um, I don't see that happening. Um, I'm not saying, we're not disagreeing. Um, I think maybe I put more of my investment into blockchain than the S&P 500, but I also don't shun the S&P 500 or other stocks or anything like that. So um, I want high return, so I embrace high risk. I would rather invest in quality alts than in holding stables and DeFi. Okay. I agree with that. I love the fact that you want to return high risk. I also like putting, me personally, I like putting stables to work. You know, I don't know, you know, there's some DeFi platforms that incentivize stable pairings, you know, like USDT to USDC, or MAI and Frax, or even multi-coin LP pools that, you know, trade stables and into stables. Yes, you do have the worry of a depeg, sort of like what happened with USDC earlier this year. But, ooh, excuse me. Um, I think that can also provide, you know, until you don't always have to be figuring out your next move. Sometimes you can wait on one move and see that through. Um, so, oh my gosh, what I mm, 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 mm. Do what is do. Yeah, no, that's I I asked for 2018. Didn't want to give me 2018. Um, yeah. So okay. So then my question to you, you want high returns. So are you doing that in buying tokens and looking at what they're um, just meme tokens, or are you looking at like layer ones that also have some, same with Luna and Anchor Protocol and Voyager and BlockFi? Want to get a picture of the smart control contract risks? Look at the leaderboard at Rec News. Um, yeah, so um, people thought FTX was safe. You know, I will be 100% honest. I got 100%. I got 90% wrecked with Luna. Um, Bad, like real bad, because all of the other risky high risk DeFi protocols that I was making amazing profits on, I was taking majority of those profits and I was rolling them up and compounding them into Luna. What I was doing was, I think my formula sort of at the time was, anytime I would pull you know, collect fees, 50% I would roll up, 25% I would compound back into that protocol, and 25% I would pull as profit. Um, and so that was sort of my thing. So I kept funneling because I was making money, and I took profit. So the number one thing I can say is I took profit, um, and I spent profit. So I got more physical items, you know, more Starbucks, whatever you want to call it, um, in trade, you know, with my profits than I put in cash initially, cash wise. But by rolling up my compounds, I thought I was at not walk away money, you know, but um, not have to worry money, you know, um, and Give up on DeFi, buy alts, and we can go to the moon. I well, I need DeFi to buy alts, right? So yeah, no. I think one of the aspects is just trying to, why I travel the world going to blockchain conferences is to listen to what people are building, meet all the projects that are building, and everyone that's wanting to build their new layer one or anything like that, and trying to get in as close to the ground as I can. Uh, you know, Swimming with sharks. Oh yeah, always. Um, you know, and been working on uh, just sort of being more of a talent scout for different projects, and building out BD partnerships. So I get to learn, and what's really cool is how much people are willing to talk about what they're building if you just listen. Or you make it an engaging conversation for them to talk about what they're building and doing. And so that's one of the really cool things about having done a show for so long, that you know gotten to talk with amazing people along the way. So yeah, but I think I think that there's a lot of room, you know, and so as we'll see. How often do you find or like projects that are unconnected to the connections you made? Hmm. So, all right. Um, let's see here. How often do I find or like projects that are unconnected to the connections you made? I'm trying to think, because I've learned how to. I've met people all over, and so I find projects. Um, okay. You can tell me if this counts or not. Um, I was at a conference, made a completely new connection, um, and they were building out an IDO project, IDO platform that I really really liked, and waiting to see what really cool things that they do. Um, and so um, Pith was another one of those little projects that I found out about. Just by I don't remember if it was a sticker or marketing material or piece or something like that I collected, that I found that it wasn't like, hey Taco, come look at this. It was something I collected and found on my own. um, I look at deployer wallets as well, and seeing what tokens are launching out, um, and I'll do that. So looking at mempools and seeing what contracts for tokens are being created, and then if I can do enough research quick enough, to just sort of buy in a little bit, I will try to do that. I will do that. And then you know um, I bought a stupid token the other day, Gobble, you know um, just because someone else I like sent out a meme from them. I was like, that's a funny meme. So I went and got into that shitcoin. Um, I use notifications for new pools that are created. Which L1s do I like that are not already in the top 100? Um, let's see. I don't think Scroll's in the top 100 yet. I like Daniel Helm, the founder. Um, yeah, no, it does not have no token. It has no token. Yeah, you are right on that. Um, let's see here. So does it have to have a token, or um, do you want to know of a chain that hasn't launched yet, that doesn't have a token yet, and that hasn't launched, that you should keep an eye out for. You want a token out now? Koi Network, Koi token, if they succeed, and that's KOII. That'll be a good one. Akash Network. I don't think they're in the top 100. A star, and a star is on Polkadot. Let's go see if they're in the top 100. They are not in the top 100. Yay. All right, so a star. If I can give you biased view, my DEX token Stella, that might, but that's 100% biased view. So Stella Swap, that is out now. It is not a layer 1 token. It is a DEX token. I think XLM is a good buy right now. It's, I think, around 11 cents. You sell that in the 45-cent range. Sell that in the 30-cent range, 3x your money. Take out 2/3 and ride that. Let's see here. I think that there's 3x my money. I'd rather invest in BTC. Okay. That's, oh man. Shitcoin wise, I'm interested in seeing what Zen does. Why do I like a star? I've made friends with the team, and I've known them for a minute. But one of the things that's really cool is I like what Sony is doing with a star. Sony has liked a star so much that they ended up forking a star, building their own privacy network first. And I can understand that because, giant company like that, but their assets will be riding on a star. And so how much a star is being used in Asia, I think that's going to be a really big power play. I think I was at Consensus this year and I got to see all the games that are building out on SUI. And that's the SUI, not the SIE, which is say, but SUI, I think, is going to have a lot of potential in the gaming. But a star is doing oh, all right, it's already in the top 100. Okay, let's see here. Ranking. You want more return. Let's get outside of the top 100. All right, page 2. I would stay away from Compound. Casper might do well, especially Meta. The CTO is looking at bringing on high profile clients like Cisco and building a network for all of Cisco's users. And so what's Meta sort of turned me on she turned me on to a little saying, instead of bringing on 1 billion people, she wants to bring on 3 clients that serve 1 billion people, and Cisco serves 500 million. So there you go. I'm on Team Vlad. Okay. Let's see here. Singularity Net, Ajax. I think that's going to do some stuff. Unfortunately, it's moved. I think a majority of it's moved to Cardano. Yeah, no, I remember hearing about it. I don't know the details of why he sued Casper. I think it was a intellectual property thing, but I do not remember. I just remember knowing of that. Akash Network is doing some really cool stuff in AI and distributed compute power. Their chain is completely, their processing power, GPU is completely taken up, and they just keep adding more, and it keeps getting rented out. So Akash Network, followed by a star. Let's see. Axelar might not have those huge returns, but might get into that 10x play. Say might have some good runway to go as well, but I don't know too much of what's going on there. Let's see, Engine as well. Distributed compute power is going to be, these still pretty high rank coins. I want your smaller cap alts that you like. Okay, let's see here. Liquidity. All right. Tron. I like some of the stuff in Tron. I don't know if that's small. They don't have enough zeros for you. No matter what you sort of think on Tron and Justin Sun, I think Tron's going to be around for a while. Maybe not in the United States, but yeah. WeMix. Once again, WeMix is a gaming platform, so you can trade WeMix into any of the game tokens that they have within their ecosystem, or any of their game tokens into WeMix, so that it's going to be sort of the powerhouse token behind all of that. Radix, XRD. I like the teams that are building on Radix. They've done some cool stuff. Swissborg, Bonk, on Solana, I like. That's sort of funny that PayPal USD is outside the top 200. Price with a lot of zeros. That's a team taking advantage of unit bias. Yeah. Origin Trail. They're doing some cool stuff with, and this is Polkadot ecosystem. They're doing some cool stuff within with real world assets. Token that's not out yet, and the chain's that's not out, that I wanted to ask you, Polybase, just to put that on your radar. Ontology gas. Interesting. Neo. There's one that I think it's in the top 100 though. Neo's gas. But that token reminded me of that. Another one that I don't know where it's at in the list, but I can check. But SolveCare. I think SolveCare has some cool stuff there as well, what they're doing within the healthcare ecosystem. And they're signed up providing services to a couple different states they have contracts with, as well as multiple different places around the world. Stargate is, stake it. Get Stargate and stake it. Participate in DAO votes. Pocket Network, people have a lot of faith in. I don't really know what's going on there. A lot of people talk about Pocket Network. I remember when iExecs RLC launched. I've talked to the team a few times. I still don't even know what they do. Mobile Coin. So Polybase is doing ZK stuff for both CeFi and DeFi. I've met the founder, Spencer, and I can sort of see him actually trying to make an ecosystem that TradeFi can exist in and attracts TradeFi, as well as DeFi. So the privacy side of transactions that banks and trade firms like, but the quickness and instant settlement that people in DeFi really like. Koi is distributed compute power on task node running. So looking at pretty much indexing the internet onto chain. But at the same time, you know, they can almost like a parathread, spin up tasks for a short amount of time. So you don't need to continuously use them, but Koi is still distributed to run those aspects. I think that there's a cool piece being played within Hive Mapper, and Demo as well, like that. Demo I really like. Let's see. Mm-hmm. I don't think this is the same Chromia that I know. So I'm not going to talk about that one. And let's see here. We have Secret. I do like Secret. I think there's some cool stuff there on the privacy side. Let's see here. To do Metasdao, but Star Atlas, Polis. That's their they got a lot of burn mechanics for that token within their ecosystem. So I think that there's going to be a lot of room to grow. Playing Star Atlas can be sort of a headache, but for those that have gotten into it and really like Star game strategy, I think it will really it can take off. I think there's a lot of opportunity there. Working down the list. Looks rare. I bought into a lot of looks and I stake it, just for the protocol fees. Gitcoin, I don't really know if it's gonna go up. Will continue to go up more. I get into it just so I can do voting and stuff like that. Vega Protocol, Oracle Services, cool team. I like them. Let's see. Sweat economy, I think is gonna have an opportunity. And I think one of the big pieces that they have is how much they give opportunities for people to burn the tokens within the Sweat app. I think, let's see here. They have over 50 million people. Any micro bags that you follow. Gobble and Grok are two that I'm doing right now. I think people will like Grok. I think that'll take off just for this simple fact that it'll be a meme piece. Grok will, or Gobble will go up this week and it will be done with. I think Bonk Earn on Solana will have a lot of room to go up. Same with Samo. On ETH, I think Pinky Inu. The team's just they're the not the smartest team on the face of the planet, but they're determined. Yeah, it's crazy that the coins in the 400s are still in the micro cap phase and stuff like that. So, yeah, we have let's see here, Akala as well. Once they start to repeg and get back stuff, let's Altura. Avagachi will have a chance. I think they're building out some new cool stuff. They're 43 million market cap. Let's go. Let's drop page 7. Oh, we're page 7. We're in the 20 million. So I guess we need to page 9. We are NIM IQ. That's in the 10 million market cap right now. There's some cool stuff that they're doing. Sub 5 million market cap. All right. All right. So here we actually dropped from 5 era swap. Let's see here. PenPy doing some stuff on Arbitrum. It's at 328 right now. So there's a lot of burn features in that. We're gonna start that. Let's see, what else do we need? What else do we know? Let's see here. Here's Hivemapper. I was telling you about that earlier. They're in the 4 million right now. So Honey, Hivemapper, they're sort of in that build up phase like Helium was, but they're doing really cool mapping and piece like that. You can actually earn Honey. You don't have to have their special camera in your car. You can actually go to their website and like tell their AI that's learning, yes, this sign points left, or that no, that sign points right. So Hivemapper Honey. Oh my gosh. Green Satoshi Token, GST. Let's see. We might see a big push in carbon credit tokens. This Grin, I'll have to look for, but the other, yeah, it's on Solana because it needs to be on Solana for the speed, because that's all the data is running on Solana. There's another token called Aus, like house, but without the H, that has that same type of smiley face logo. TomTom coin is still around. Now we're getting into the 3 million market caps. Uno Ray. There's some, they're kicking and they're building. So yep. Quant Stamp as well. Let's see here. DeFi land. You're not going to like it because it's on Solana as well. Calamari Network. I think that's another Cosmos token that might do some stuff. Heck, if you're, yes, Solana has had a token that went up 50x in value. I'm going to bonk itself. Was launched out, just over a year ago. So you can see here, it had, what is that, 6 zeros, went all the way up to 5 zeros, and now where it's at right now. So it dropped it was been riding here in the 3 million range. Now it's up in that $130 million range. So it's up 3,400%. So that's under that 50x that you're looking for, but that's at 34x, I guess you could say right now, but 3,400%. What else on Solana's gone up? Heck ton. Bonk earn's gone up. Not good enough. All right. Oh man, you're making me scrape some of the bottom barrel stuff. Velis pad. Stay away from that. Don't. That's on my. I'm taking it off my list. Yeah. Remove. There we go. Let's see. Spark. Nerve. Let's see here. Here you go. Taro. 2 million market cap right now. This one I got you. Let's see here. Doge Bonk. This one is on ETH. You can see how this has gone up. What has it done? It has done nothing but gone down. Sell-offs from. This is the BNB version. Yeah, the BNB version's the old bad version. They have an ETH version now. I remember Porn Rocket. I saw Godwoke Chain earlier. That one's still around. KubeCoin. There's some possibilities of some cool stuff there. Ooh. So I've seen this token twice so far. Cloak Coin. I don't know if this is the actual cloak. Let's actually see if this is the actual cloak token. This is that privacy piece that there is on. Let's see what it's done. Yeah, this is the last year. Ooh, yeah, it went all the way up to 20, all the way up to $31. It's at 16 cents right now. So, yeah, this one, I don't know if this is the privacy net piece that's launching. Using Enigma technology, make transactions completely. Yes. Okay. Onion routing enabled by default with Enigma technology. Cloak Shield function reportedly provides end-to-end encryption and offers direct and secure communication. It allows nodes to evade traffic analysis. Combined with Enigma, Cloak Coin aims to offer a high level of confidentiality that uses up 25 jumps with systematic RSA encryption and ECDH key exchange. So Cloak Coin. There you go. Let's see. Some people still like pickle. You know. Do I know the Hive Mapper team? I don't know anyone there directly. I know some of the affiliates and some of their partners, but I don't know anyone at the Hive Mapper team directly. Not to say I'm not working on that, but yeah. I remember Age of Gods and Crypto Blades. And yeah. Let's jump way far down. Okay. This is where we're getting into a lot of the super shit coins from last runs. Yeah. Oof. Glint, Beam Swap. That's on Moonbeam. Yep, true. There is. Let's see here. Swap. I think this is this Swap X? Let me see. No, this is not the one I was thinking of. And that's on Waves. Yeah. Yeah, no. A lot of these that I've seen that are still around from the last, even like Ubick. Um, Battle Hero. I remember that one. Um, let's see. To do Polka War. Um, mm, to do. Um, Privacy Coin. Remember that one? The Corgi of Polka Bridge. Ugh. All right, we're gonna go to the Mega 1000 X coin soon. Um, well, the token that's probably not going to make it is Joe Biden 2024, listed at 8,807 on the list. Don't think that's going to make it. But hey, degens might buy it just because, you know. Element. Is this the element that? As a digital reward for node owners who own and host node licenses, that part of the element token is a bridge with Ethereum from the native element blockchain. Mm. Element is up 15% in the last 24 hours. Uniswap. All right. So, yeah. All time. Yeah. All time. It's been around since 11/8 of this year. So, you know, I would have to look at the contract and see. Let's see here. Mm. There's 11,000 in liquidity made 5 months ago. So it only got listed on ooh, that was a straight down. Issues. Mintable, yes. All right. So yeah. We would have to go look at the contract. So Hive Mapper, I've learned about it through sort of like the technology piece that's within like the blank to earn ecosystem. I use Demo in my car. Hive Mapper, when I was searching at other projects and stuff like that, that were doing sort of the same thing, Hive Mapper came up about a year and a half ago or so. And yeah, so let's see here. 1,300 transactions. All in the last 9 days. Nope. 11 days ago, the contract was created, followed by different approval pieces, transfers to the contract. So coding within the contract approvals. Yeah. Last one was 12 hours ago. Who knows? Internal token transfers. Well, so yeah, 172 days ago. Yeah, there we go. So who knows? Maybe Element's your thing. But yeah, no, I actually have to go too. And because our phone is about to die. Yeah. What up, OX9? Hope you are well. We are just closing out. We have been talking about Degen coins after we went through Pith Network airdrop. Hope you're having a great night. Yeah, we're actually going to look more into this element token and see what's going on here. So you can find it yourself. Here is the contract address. My stream was fun. Thank you. Heidi had a great stream tonight. She co-streamed with Brian while they did some working on some of the on-chain betting and doing some cool stuff there. So she had a good stream tonight. So yeah, but as always, as we end every episode, we end with two things: our words of wisdom and the best knock knock joke on the face of the planet. We want to thank everyone for joining us tonight as we talked about Pith. Please be smart with going through the Pith network only for the airdrop. There is no other airdrop. You don't have to send any tokens to get it. So please be safe. And our words of wisdom are the same as always. A closed mouth cannot be fed, and you cannot feed a closed mouth, meaning if no one knows you're looking for opportunity can never come a knocking. And if opportunity does come a knocking and no one answers, it's going to keep on walking. Once again, I want to shout out to everyone that's joined us on Rumble, Twitch, YouTube, YouTube 2, LinkedIn, Telegram, Twitter video, and Twitter Spaces, as well as the huge shout out to everyone on Unlonely for joining us tonight. And with that, we end with the greatest, worst knock knock joke on the face of the planet. And this is how we end every show. So thank you for coming to episode 458 of TacoBytes, your daily bite of Degen. We'll see you tomorrow. But knock knock.